I am so happy to be joined by Elspeth Kerr and Sarah Strong. Both of you are in Cyprus right now, and we are together today to celebrate the launch of these babies, the Joy cards. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been quite a journey to get to this point. Has it been a year since you first mentioned this idea of publishing your own deck of cards?
Yeah, about a year.
So why don't you tell a little bit about yourselves and what inspired you to create this beautiful deck of cards, 33 cards, each with beautiful images created by you, Sarah, with some original photography and the words of inspiration. So tell us about yourselves and what inspired you.
Okay, it was always a dream of mine to have my own deck of cards, because all those people who know me all these years, I've got so many decks of cards, but a lot of them tend to either come out for workshops or individually when I'm working with clients, or sometimes they just sit in the shelf. So my idea was to have a small deck of cards, and obviously the word joy came out, because I feel a lot of people have either lost their joy on their journey or have given their joy away, or it has been taken from them, due to a set of circumstances in their life. So I wanted a small deck of cards that people could carry their joy with them always. So that was kind of the main premise of why I wanted to do them. Obviously, knew Sarah, had met Sarah here in Cyprus. She'd left the island and went back to New Zealand, but she came back again because I feel she had to return to literally do this deck of cards together, sharing the joy with everyone. And it's my kind of wish is to see these joy cards just going around the world. It's around the universe. It's an omniverse. So it's Om means peace. So it's spreading peace and joy with love through the universe.
And Elspeth, your work is you do Reiki, you do all sorts of healing, right? So tell us about that.
Yeah, I suffered from chronic fatigue syndrome, and there was nothing literally in mainstream medicine that could help me. I went down all avenues. So went into Reiki, teach Reiki, hypnotherapy, soul readings, reflexology, color crystals, you name the modality, I think I've done it, EFT, NLP. So it's coming through. When I do a reading, I put everything into the cards. It's not looking at the card, it's looking at a soul level of the card, and seeing where it goes from there.
And Sarah, tell me about your background and how you.
Sorry, I'm also a therapist too. I'm a holistic therapist, and pretty much the modalities Elspeth has done, I've also been fortunate to study. Photography for me came much later. It's only actually 4 years that I picked up a proper singing type of camera, and it's just been organic. It was just meant. I mean, these things come when you're meant to receive them and understand them. I'm still learning with the understanding, but it's just been quite a journey. I mean, I've traveled probably 14 countries in the last 3 years, and these cards actually represent a lot of my traveling. Most countries are represented. Cyprus is the common link, the relationship, the island of love, they call it. And I think Elspeth actually nailed it, because I'm not sure about love per se. It's about the love of yourself, the relationship with yourself, the being, the person that you are. And joy is a high vibration. I mean, you can't get much higher than you have to go through levels. Well, you don't have to, it's your choice to go through levels to impart who you are in spirit. And the whole combination of spirit and being and who you are. Again, this whole journey encapsulates that, I think.
100%.
So yeah, photography is new, but it's a creativity for me. And when I do healing, it actually assists me. It assists in healing me in some way. And then photography is, apart from riding my bike, I don't know how riding a bike works, but riding the bike and taking photos are the only things that takes me to a moment where I'm present and I don't think about anything other than what I'm taking the photo of. And when I say that, it's just really given to me from above. It's like, take that photo now, and I do. Mostly, I can be, up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Which way do I go? I just follow the directions that they give me,
Wow.
and then I have to stop. And moments like the solar eclipse or the lunar eclipse. I mean, you can plan some things, but it just happens. It's like, get in your car now, you're going. and so I'm just blessed in that respect to have this, and the photography has really healed my life in a big way, and to have this partnership with Elspeth is just amazing, because I really believe this was what we were sent to do, and to impart joy. I mean, it's been a journey for me. I can speak personally, it totally is joyful. And it has been with certain problems, but I've learned so much and become at peace with so many things because of this. So if I can just shine that light out and just bring that to the world, and with words, assist with words, then somewhere we hopefully will get everyone's attention. And whether it's on whatever level, it just is totally meant that people receive heartfelt wishes, and it is infused with love. It's infused with Reiki. I do sacred geometry too. I know, Elspeth, you're a Reiki master too, so you're just please sending out love, compassion, and joy. Passion and joy they're really up there. You can't get. You really can't. And I mean, just the peace. Anyway, so yeah, I'm very excited.
Well, and you should be, because it has been quite a journey. And I think what's interesting is to do something that you've never done before. So creating these really beautiful cards, joining forces, and then saying, okay, I don't know how to get this out to the world, but it needs to happen. And there were a few little snafus along the way. But with each of you...
My word, snafu.
Yeah, well, that's, keeping it light. But with both of you, I have been most impressed by both of you have this ability to just rise above like the frustration. And I've heard each of you say things like, it's going to be in perfect timing. The universe wants it. Our intentions are pure. So it doesn't matter these obstacles coming up. You both have expressed this faith that these cards were going to get out to the world. And so I'm really curious to hear what response you've had so far, because I know you've been already sharing these, Elspeth, in readings, and you're going to give us a reading today. Tell me what it's been like to finally have it out in the world despite all of the birth pains.
Just miraculous. I think, if you want one word, is miraculous. Some of you knew that I went, on a trip this summer into a lot of very, very spiritual places. And the first deck that was like the mock deck, I took them with me and laid them in the sacred places, and met people on the journey, some friends, some people that had souls that I'd never met before. And I just started doing little one-card readings with them. And they were just so spot on. In one sense, it blew my mind a little bit as well, to think that one card could just, reach into that exact space within somebody that they had so much pain, to open that little doorway in order to just plant a seed of joy. And
connection.
Yeah, the connection, and for them to allow that change within themselves. was just, yeah, miraculous, to be honest. And, you know, and it's just continued. The more we've been using the cards, both Sarah and I, like I did a workshop on Saturday, and one of the cards is called Being, and one of the girls from the other side of the room held the card up, and a few of us from this side of the room suddenly saw an extraterrestrial literally staring back at us that we hadn't noticed before.
Oh my goodness.
So, you know, there's so much in the cards that we're still learning. We're still on the journey of joy, you know, and that's why the journey to joy, because it's people on their journey now. As soon as you own a deck, you feel the joy. They're all Reiki, love infused, and infused from the sacred spaces that we have both journeyed to.
If I can just add on to that, the being card, the work I'm doing right now, I'm actually manipulating a lot more photography. So I'm seeing so much in my photography. I mean, I see a lot anyway. Like people say, are you supposed to see like a heart there? And it's just in the photo. So this is a download from above. I say, obviously it's me, but it's not me. it's coming from somewhere. So I don't know if you can see the being, the face there. I don't know if that shows up on the camera, but the thing is, every time we look at these photos, I mean, I see a lot anyway, but we see other things. And then when you do a reading for somebody, I really kid you not, each one, again, you know, we're all individuals. So when you do a reading for one person, you will see something in that card that is unique for them. And another, you might see something different. It's not the same reading we're doing for different, you know, for another person. I mean, sorry, that sounds Irish, doesn't it? We are doing a different reading for different people, but each time there's a link, and it's just unique to what they need to hear at that time. Now, whether they're conscious of it or you know, they're working in their subconscious, at some point they will see or feel or hear what that message is. And then again, this ties in with the photography, because I say this so much. I see, believe you me, I see so much, but I feel with my heart. So hopefully that imparts into the cards, yeah?
It absolutely does, yeah.
And so if someone were to buy a deck of cards, they could do a reading for themselves. But if you were, say, a coach, a healer, a therapist, you could also like give a client the deck, right? And I'm going to do it here live with us. And I got card number 2, Unity. We are one joy, and together we expand the joy. So what you were saying, Sarah, is each time you pull a card, you're going to get what you need in that moment for you.
Now for me, because I go into the linguistics too. I mean, we're both hypnotherapists here, but I really play on words. So unity is you in it, thank you. Do you see? So you're in it, thank you. So I'm thanking you. It's namaste. I'm honoring you as a being.
Mm-hmm.
Have different levels. You can just unravel. It's just not just pictures. It's words. It's expression. It's just everything. And again, it's up to you, because again, there's no right or there's no wrong. It's how you might interpret. It's how you see or you want to feel. And sometimes there's a message that keeps coming through. You might just pick the same card 3 days in a row. So it's like, well, light bulb, you know, what's that telling you? What's that trying to tell you? What do you need to understand? There's a message there. Are you willing to go down that path? And you ask yourself yes or no. And if it's a yes, you go through. You know, you go on. And if it's a no, well, it's not for you right now, or maybe it isn't for you. But you just be willing to ask yourself the questions, but being honest, standing your truth. And again, it's the same words: belief, faith, acceptance, allowance. It's the same, isn't it? Just in a different modality. It's like us with healing. We work in different, you know, we work as intuitive. So whatever that person needs is what they need, and it will be different for each person. And that's how I read the cards. And
Same.
Yeah.
Will each of you, will you also draw a card?
Okay, so we drew a card.
Two cards actually fell out.
I've got just perfect.
Just perfect.
So I can tell you, because I know the cards, this was Santorini. So it has infused energies from Santorini. Most of the countries that are represented here, and it's not necessarily, you know, it was specifically that. Again, it's intuitive. I just went there, and for me, I got a message from being there. I needed to be there for whatever reason. But just perfect is you can make life as you want it. It can be, you know, we're perfectly imperfect. What's perfect for me isn't necessary for you, and truth is the same. What's true for you isn't necessary for me, but it's what you make it. And if that is perfection, that is perfection. Or if you aspire to something better or something different, then that's perfection. It's how you choose, it's how you react, and it's how you set your goals going forward. Number 9 obviously is a number as completion. I mean, 369 is the flower of life. It's encoded in Fibonacci. It's just the key. It's the whole index of our system. You know, you see it in everything. And if you take that back down to the 3, then there's, you know, 3 solutions to a problem. There's the Holy Trinity. There's the, you know, it just, you can just go on and go on, really. But for me, when I see this, you know, just perfect, I just have to be honest and ask myself, what is perfect? And the message is, I'm perfect joy in this new day. Well, each day I get that chance. I get the choice to decide that's going to upset me or not. And if something upsets me, then I have a choice to say, right, okay, we can deal with this. Why is it upsetting me? Because everything we're holding inside is just a thought. It's just maybe a limited belief. It's something that can be changed, because everything can be changed. It's our willingness, and it comes back to, again, a choice. And on this one too, there's like 9 if you count them. And again, you see, subconsciously, I knew that. I really did. But there's 9 rungs, so it's 9, and it's just adding up seriously to perfection. And again, if you want to take the rungs here, maybe it's a barrier that holds us. So what's the barrier that's holding us? It's our fear. It's what we don't understand, perhaps. Or is it something, you know, it's leading us, it's drawing a direction. So is it leading us? Is that railway saying, right, hold on to me and just follow that path, you're on the right path? Again, no right, no wrong. And for each and every one of us, it will be something different. And that's what you need to understand when you look at the cards. It's just very simple, or it can be more complicated. I mean, I go into all sorts of things. I get a bit carried away because I get so excited. The fact that this card, you know, brought me so much joy, and now I can just share it. Exactly that, yeah. So for me, it's just perfect.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And your card, Elspeth?
The other card that fell out was number 5, Freedom. And it's of a beautiful dragonfly. And the little message is, freedom is carrying your joy with you. And it's very interesting that it should be the one that fell out when I said earlier about the fact that we wanted and have a wish in our hearts for people to start carrying their joy with them. You know, not leaving it on a shelf somewhere. They come in a little pouch, so you can slip them in your pocket, in a handbag. And the word freedom, you know, it's just such a release for people, you know, in their hearts, when they can be free of their stories. And underneath every story lies peace, but also somewhere lies their joy. The picture of the beautiful dragonfly, a dragonfly, even although it loses a wing, it can still fly. So many people have maybe not lost a wing, but they've lost something of their identity, or I would look that back down to a soul fragment, a piece of their identity, of who they truly are. So we're just finding that piece so that they can fly again. A dragonfly is also the sign of change. So by changing whatever it is in your life or your own set of circumstances, you will be able to be free again. Find your freedom. A dragonfly sees 360 degrees as well. So it's, you know, that circle of completion that it has. In the back, on the card here, you probably won't be able to see it maybe there, but it's actually got an infinity sign, a number 8, and it's drawn vertically. And when it's you draw the infinity sign vertically, you invite in Archangel Michael. He comes in, and Metatron. That's the other archangel that comes in when we do that. So it's putting a depth of the angelic realm into this card. And as Sarah says, once you start, you know, there is just so much in the cards. And I wanted to just turn over onto the back, Susie. Just the colours that came in the back are very much like the colours of the peacock colours. And it's the iridescentness, but also a peacock shows its true colours. And I feel when people pick their cards or, you know, drop down into that still space, then they can then show their true colours. It's taking off the mask of maybe what they put on even as early as being in the womb, to be honest, because some of the traumas happen then even before birth. So it's, you know, showing your true colours.
I was just saying the number 5, that's balance anyway, isn't it? So 5 is balance. So, I mean, when you think about the little guy, if he lost his wing, you know, he's balancing there. He's going along, isn't he? He's still giving it a go, you know, he's not giving up. No. So, yeah. Again, courage and strength. Determination.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that there's this endless depth that we can find in these cards, and along with it comes a little leaflet that gives you some background, including a meditation that you invite people to do either before they draw a card or once they have a card. And of course, you're also suggesting that people tune into the music of Paul Luftenegger, who has written and composed some of the most beautiful music that's now traveling the world and helping people heal and tune into love and joy.
And when I travelled this summer, his music was actually with me, so it was being played over the cards. So the cards are all instilled with that music as much as we possibly, you know, can.
And so where can people find these cards? I know you have a stock of them there.
Yeah, but the easiest way is just through contacting me on Facebook. And I've already started, I went to the post office on Monday and did a little send out drop. A little joy delivery drop. And it was so funny because the gentleman in the post office, he goes, you know, some people in some places I've never even heard of.
Wow. How cool is that? Well, we will put your Facebook link in the description for this video. And I just thank you for your patience in this process. I thank you for your perseverance in bringing these beautiful joy cards to the world. I think it's a testament to who you both are as healers, as therapists, as joy-keeping light workers. And I can't wait to see how far around the world these go.
They're going completely around the world, trust me.
Well, Elspeth and Sarah, thank you so much. And
I'd like to show you that that's how they come. We had, as you know, you know, some various issues along the line. So we decided that we would just personally gift wrap them. So we got a rainbow cord, and we did the little joy, and some have butterflies, some have flowers. They're all different hearts. So it's like unwrapping a little gift when people buy them.
Bundle of joy.
Yeah, it's just like a little bundle of joy that they will receive, because I don't know when I send them out who's going to get which ones. So that's quite amazing as well.
That's sweet.
Just saying, the other thing that although it's bringing us joy, already it's brought some of my Reiki students immense joy, and I just would like to show you a couple of things. One particular student has been making stones, joy stones,
Those are beautiful.
The lovely thing about it is we're instilling joy and maybe potentials and possibilities for other people to, you know, help people to spread.
Infinite possibilities.
Yes.
Exactly.
Someone's making some little joy bracelets of amber as well. One of another student, she's making some joy canvases, you know, with joy in it. I don't have, we sold them all on Saturday, but that's it with peace.
Oh, beautiful.
That
Wow.
she did bespoke joy ones as well. And the lovely thing about it is it's encouraging other people to sit in a space and be joyful. You know, one of the girls, she suffered a little bit from depression, you know, was a little bit low, and since she started using the cards, she has been saying to us that every day she picks a card of joy, and she just, whatever the word is, that's her focus now for the day. So they're out there in the omniverse with wings, and yeah, we're very happy that they're there.
And I'm speaking for myself, but I'm sure Elspeth will join in with me. We thank you so much for your time and cooperation and your assistance, and we really are very grateful.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, it's a first for us at Make Your Mark Global, but it will certainly not be the last. And we look forward to making the process even more smooth. But this is a beautiful first, and I encourage everyone to tune into these joy cards so that you can sprinkle a little bit of joy and carry it with you on a daily basis. So thank you, dear friends. Much continued success to you both.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.